Hello and welcome back! Today we're doing puzzle number 92 in the Fiendish Logic Puzzle book from Puzzle Baron and Stephen P. Ryder. This one's called Shark Studies. We have 7 students who are leaving on 7 different ships in 7 different months to study 7 different types of sharks. Alright, let's jump right in. Number 1. Yvonne's assignment starts 1 month before the Great White Shark Project. So Yvonne is not the Great White Shark student. And she's 1 month before. So she can't be last. Great White can't be first. Number 2. The student who will be on the Pegasus will leave sometime after Alvin, whose project begins 2 months before Joey's. All right, let's write out that relationship. Oh, multiple. Okay, so first we have, Joe's, not Joey, excuse me. Joy. Okay. Alvin begins 2 months before Joy. Okay, so here's Alvin. So 2 months after Alvin is Joy. And then some mystery amount later is the Pegasus. Does this mean Pegasus could be Joy? Probably not, just based on how these puzzles work. But I guess, logically, if this wasn't a puzzle, then yeah, that makes sense. All right. Oh, and of course, that means Alvin and Joy, well, Alvin can't be the Pegasus at least. Alvin must be 2 months before Joy. And the Pegasus has to be after Alvin. Good. All right. Of the assignment on the Osprey and Zachary's project, one is concerned with leopard sharks. The other starts in July. This means that Zachary cannot be on the Osprey. The leopard sharks cannot start in July. And I usually go in order, as you all know, but I couldn't help but look down the list to number 7, which says that Zachary has to either study tiger sharks or great whites, not leopard sharks. So that means that Zachary is the one in July, and the Osprey is our leopard shark. And the Osprey is the leopard shark. Okay, and Joy is 2 months after Alvin, so nope. Then perfect. Good. Number 4. The 7 projects are the basking shark study, Aura and Alvin's assignments, the one beginning in July, which we know is Zachary, the 3 on the Orion, the Escape, and the Liberty. Okay. So, let's see. None of these can be basking shark. Oops, wrong. July can't be basking shark, Escape, Liberty, or Orion. Aura. I kept putting it under Joy when it's Aura. Escape, Liberty, Orion, and Osprey. Okay. Number 5, of Eunice's assignment and the project on the Serenity, one is concerned with goblin sharks, the other with black tip sharks. Lovely. We have 2 in the same category. So goblin sharks, so Eunice can only be goblin or black tip sharks. Same for the Serenity. Number 6. The Hammerhead project starts 2 months after Alvin. Now, before we even touch that, I'm sure you're noticing my relationships I have down here. The Hammerhead 2 months after Alvin. What else is 2 months after Alvin? Joy. So Joy is our Hammerhead. Now, looking at clue number 4, Joy is not any of the 2 people, 3 if you include she's not July either, and now she's not Basking. So to be on this list, she has to either be the Orion, the Escape, or the Liberty. And she has to be on the list, so let's just get rid of that. Oh, and that does confirm that she can't be the Pegasus, in case you were wondering. As we said before, Zachary, who is July, is either tiger sharks or great whites. There we go. Just clean up some of those X's. Okay. Number 8. The Goblin Shark project begins 2 months after the one on board the Liberty. Okay. So the Liberty is not the Goblin Shark. Goblin, in fact, I'm going to put this here. Liberty plus 2 gives us Goblin. Good. 1, 2. Two months after, so good. All right. And Joy is not the Goblin Shark, she's the Hammerhead. Therefore, Alvin cannot be the Liberty. Oh, but we already knew that. Number 9, the study beginning in April is either Wilbur's or the one on tiger sharks. So Wilbur is not tiger sharks. Okay, so anyone besides Wilbur who can't be tiger sharks cannot be April. So that would exclude Joy, who's Hammerhead, but she's already excluded from April. But also Eunice, who can't be tiger sharks, so not April. Anything else? Just that, but that's something. Finally, the assignment on the Escape starts sometime before Alvin's assignment. All right. So now Alvin can't be first. Joy is 2 months after Alvin, correct? All right, I see something very interesting, but let me finish this first. Escape has to be sometime before Alvin. Okay. Now, if you look at Alvin and Joy, they both have 2 rows left, separated by an even increment, 2 months. Therefore, June can only be Alvin or Joy. All right, because Alvin could be here and Joy could be June, or Alvin could be here and Joy could be here. But if anything else took the June slot, Alvin would be here, Joy would be there, and they wouldn't be 2 months apart. And Joy is the hammerhead shark, so we'll get rid of that. So also June has to either be, June can't be the basking shark because it has to be Alvin or Joy. Joy's a hammerhead shark, and Alvin can be any shark except for the basking, so, and the hammerhead, obviously. Okay, good information right off the bat. Let's fill in the chart a little bit and then jump right back to the top. Zachary, I guess that's all we really know now. Joy can't be the escape, so we can cross that out. So she's just the Liberty or the Orion. Okay, we'll start at the top. Number 1, Yvonne's assignment starts 1 month before the Great White Shark. Great White. Before. Aha! Okay, so since June has to be Joy or Alvin, that means Yvonne can't be June, so the Great White Shark can't be July. That means Zachary is the Tiger Shark. I'm just cleaning up these X's. That's the Tiger Shark. And right there. Meaning he's the Pegasus or the Odyssey. Well, the Pegasus has to leave sometime after Alvin. Okay, so that's not very helpful. Lovely. Hey. The 7, okay. All right. Oh. I see something interesting. It looks like that the basking shark and the tiger shark both can only be the Odyssey or the Pegasus, so no one else can take those ships. Basking shark can't be here. Pegasus. So it would have to be the basking shark or July. Basking or tiger. April is either Wilbur's or the one on Tiger Sharks. Tiger Sharks is July, so that means that April is Wilbur. All right, now Yvonne can't be April, so the Great White can't be May. Okay, great. And that gives us our Alvin here. 2 months after that is a joy, which is our hammerhead. Hammerhead is joy, correct? Now, joy can't be the liberty. Why not again? Probably just doesn't line up because, yeah, it's because goblins is 2 months after liberty. Liberty is 2 months before the goblins. I believe my logic. I don't need to double check it. Okay. So if joy can't be liberty, that means she must be Orion for the hammerhead, and we have our first complete set. First complete set. In August, Joy will go on the Orion to study hammerhead sharks. All right. Trying to see if I can clean up the board a little bit. How about... Good. There we go. Okay, back at the top. All right, Yvonne is 1 month before Great Whites. Good. Okay, Pegasus is sometime after Alvin. Aha, there we go. Pegasus is sometime after Alvin. For joy. Okay, we have the basking shark study. Wilbur or Yvonne? Okay. Well, first off, if it can only be William, Wilbur, or Yvonne, get rid of this, right? So that means September is either black tip or leopard. Do we know anything about leopard sharks? Just that it's the osprey. Okay, so the Great White can only be the Escape or the Liberty. And Alvin, actually I should update this. He can't be the escape or the liberty because of clue number 4. Should be... What's up with the Odyssey? Have I heard that one yet? All these O names, I hope I'm not just messing things up. Okay, I don't see anything about the Odyssey, so I have to assume this is a mistake here, which stinks. That would have been nice. I was about to say that, well, no, that's still true. The Great White can only be the escape or the liberty, and Alvin can't be the escape or the liberty. Therefore, Alvin cannot be the Great White. That means it must be here, and Yvonne is 1 month before that. Okay, so now we have Eunice and Aura. What's Aura? Anything about Aura? Okay, just that it can't be... Okay, Goblin Shark begins 2 months after the Liberty. Good. Good. Wilbur has to either be escape or liberty, and he's the Great White. Okay, Wilbur, where was he? Yeah. That's it, I think. Great, that leaves Yvonne to bask as a basking shark. And it has to be, can't be the escape, the liberty, the Orion. Can't be the osprey either, that's the leopard shark. And that should leave only one for the liberty. And and that's Wilbur. That's another full set. So in April, we have Wilbur on the Liberty studying great white sharks. Okay, so who hasn't been found on the list yet? So Yvonne is the basking shark, Zachary is July, and Alvin and Aura are the ones they gave us. So Wilbur is the Liberty, that's good. That means Joy and Aura are left. Nope, Joy is the Orion, so Eunice must be the Escape. Right? Because, let's see. Alvin, Aura, taken. Basking Shark, July, Liberty, Orion, Escape. Okay. And that also gives us two in the same category. So now we know, well, the Serenity and the Escape have to be Blacktop and Goblin. But I guess we did already kind of know that. But what we didn't know is here, the board has solved that one for us. That tells us that, let's see, get rid of this. Oh. Serenity can't be the basking shark. It has to be the leopard shark, right? No, not the leopard shark, that's the osprey. But Serenity can't be the basking shark, it has to be black tip or goblin. Which means this first one here is the Odyssey. Okay, so in March, Yvonne is leaving on the Odyssey to study basking sharks. Then April is Wilbur. May is Eunice on the Escape. June is... well, Alvin is... oh, pardon. Aura is September. We have all of our students. Board needs some cleaning up. Right, and that gives us our Pegasus. That's Zachary. Oops, wrong. Okay, so we have another complete set there. In July, Zachary is taking the Pegasus to study tiger sharks. There we go. The osprey. No, it's not all that's left. Goblin shark is 2 months after the Liberty. goblin. And since it's not Eunice, wait, it must be the Serenity. Great. So in June, Alvin is taking the Serenity to study goblin sharks, which means that Eunice is taking the Escape to study blacktip sharks. And that should leave leopard sharks and the osprey in September with Aura. Okay, let's check our answers in the back of the book. Huh. Looks like we only lost the average time by a few seconds. And I think if you don't count the time I spent talking at the beginning, we might have it. We're getting better. I see Yvonne, Wilbur, Eunice, Alvin, Zachary, Joy, and Aura. Good. Odyssey, Liberty. There we go. Escape, Serenity, Pegasus, Orion, Osprey, Basking, Great White, Blacktip, Goblin, Tiger, Hammerhead, and Leopard. We got it. All right, I'm going to quickly clean up the rest of the board and use this extra time to thank you all so much for watching. And also to remind you that you shouldn't be afraid of sharks. I mean, be cautious if there's one swimming around or something, but in reality, sharks are endangered, and shark attacks on humans are rare, but humans attacking sharks for their fins and whatnot is unfortunately quite common, and it's not a good death for them either, you know. If you cut off their fins and throw them back in the ocean, they'll drown, and so a lot of sharks are dying and endangered, and they're not something to be feared. We should have a little sympathy for them, and perhaps even take boats to study in different months of the year if we're students. Spray. Right. And voila! Thanks for watching!